Outlanders Update. It's really cool. I had a little bit of a glimpse over it so far, and they've got a lot of really nice stuff. There's a lot of new heroes have been implemented, a new game mode. So let's get underway and see what we have. We're updating Outlanders today with the Outlanders, new alliance, a speedy game mode, and a new player experience. So the biggest thing for me out of all this is like, cool, there's like new heroes, but I love the fact that there's going to be a new speedy game mode, which is very important, especially for like more casual players and players who don't have the time to be able to play for, let's say, 40 minutes to an hour long. So we'll get to that soon and see what kind of game mode they've made, I guess, to, you know, accommodate that kind of player base, which I think is very important. The Outlands and the Spirit Alliance. Okay, so Whitespire has 5 new heroes, so there's 5 new heroes in Underlords now. It's gonna be insane, especially since the hero pool was already diluted. I wonder how that might affect your roll chances and what you can get. Most likely it's going to be more difficult for you to be able to, let's say, 3-star some units. Actually, even 2-starring some units might be a bit more difficult, but I guess if it comes down to like 12 jails per day, you might still be able to, you know, get what you want. So Snapfire and Void Spirit are new to both Dota 2 and Underlords, while the 3 spirits are just tagging along to keep their long lost spirit cousin company. So it's going to be 4 spirits and Snapfire. Snapfire and Void Spirit never existed in Dota 2 before. This is actually their first appearance in both Dota 2 and Underlords. The other 3 spirits have been in Dota 2 before. Snapfire is a dragon inventor. She provides range support for the crew and will periodically fire a shotgun blast and slow enemy attack rate. If the dragon alliance is active, her lizard mount fire globs of fire at the enemy. Void Spirit is a spirit warlock and is the ace of spirits. He is a melee attacker, and his dissimulate ability allows him to create portals and perform sneak attacks on opponents. Void Spirit ace ability makes charged spirits deal 100% more damage. So this one is actually a 5 cost. And he's an ace. He's the ace of the spirit, so that's really interesting. He's probably the strongest spirit out of all of them, since he's an ace after all. And Snapfire, we're not entirely sure what her stats are or what her cost is, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. But as a dragon inventor, that's really unique alliances. But having another dragon is always nice, so you have multiple ways to, let's say, enable Dragon Knight, Viper, Puck, and such. And because it is also an inventor, you might be able to play Puck plus Snapfire to make your inventor mage comps. That's pretty cool. Spirit Alliance. Void Spirit didn't head to a Whitespire on his own. He brought a few of his cousins with him: Storm, Ember, and Earth Spirit. When 3 of the spirits are on the board together are charged, they fire off the triangular Delta Slam. This damages all enemy heroes within and applies each spirit's elemental effect. Oh, it's pretty cool. I mean, we'll take a look at what these spells actually do, so we have a better idea of like how to utilize these things. Okay, so we'll go back to the heroes soon. Now, the most important thing, the mode that we've been all looking for, right? The mode where we can, you know, have faster gameplay. So it's called knockout mode. We've added a new fast-paced game mode called knockout. In knockout, every player begins by choosing a starting crew of 5 heroes. It only takes 2 heroes to combine, and players level up automatically every other round. So this means that instead of getting 3 units to get a 2-star, you can just use 2 units and you get a 2-star unit. So that means with 6 of the same units, you can get a 3-star unit, right? And you start with 5 heroes to begin with. That's pretty cool. Each player has 4 strikes or losses before they get knocked out, and games last an average of 10 minutes. That's awesome, right? Why do we all love Underlords? Because we love the graphics, we love Dota 2, we love how the, you know, heroes interact with one another, the voice lines, you know, all multiple things, right? Oh, right. Actually, someone corrected me. It actually takes 4 heroes to make a 3-star, because it only takes 2 heroes to go combine, right? So it actually only takes 4. Okay, sorry, my mistake. So you have, let's say, 2 anti-mages make 1 anti-mage 2-star, then another 2 anti-mages make another anti-mage 2-star, and 2 2-stars make a 3-star now. Okay, so my mistake there. That's pretty cool. So it's gonna be a lot easier and a lot faster as well. Each player has 4 strikes before they get knocked out, and an average of 10 minutes. So if you lose 4 rounds, you pretty much get knocked out of the game, and the games last an average of 10 minutes. So if you're going on a lunch break, you can probably play, like, let's say 4 games within that time, you know, before you gotta finish your food and go back to work or something like that. So that's really cool, because this is 4 games is like how long an Underlords game, like a normal game, normally lasts, minimum. So that's very cool. I'm really appreciative of that. We'll probably try it. Players are matched up in a pseudo bracket and will only be fighting against other players with the same or similar health. Full game rules in the patch notes below. Okay, we're starting with knockout casual and soon be adding ranked. Wow. So it's gonna be a ranked mode for knockout mode. That's wicked, right? That sounds so fun. And of course, we taught our bots how to play knockout, so players will be able to get some quick bot games in too. Alright, so you can also play with bots. Really fun. The team has been having way too much fun playtesting this internally, and we're excited to get into a queue with the rest of the community. I'm really excited too for this. I would definitely try out this mode and probably play ranked. You know, we'll try to get some content out for this, since I'm sure a lot of people will be looking forward to that. But yeah, new player experience. As we get closer to shipping season 1, we want to make sure the onboarding flow is as smooth as possible for new Underlords. With this update, we've added a new tutorial in which Ricky Ravenhook quickly teaches new players the basic concept of Underlord. This tutorial only gets triggered for players who have played less than 3 games of Underlords and only shows up once. So that's pretty cool. You can try out the new tutorial mode for new players. I'm really happy that, you know, they're addressing you know, some assistance for new players, because it's not really easy to pick up you know, auto battler games if somebody's not helping you. So this is really, really nice, and I like that. Mobile UI, perfect. This, you know what, this is like the best stuff. Okay, to be honest, I don't care much about the content as much as I care about, you know, the accessibility of the players, right? If the players are able to have access to this game easily and they can run it on any, you know, tablet or phone or whatever, then I'm happy, right? So with when the big update came, it kind of like gave a lot of trouble to people, and they were kind of, you know, turned off by that. But now, you know, they're addressing the real big issues, which is what matters the most. The team continues to make updates and improvements to the in-game UI. This update comes with a significant design pass to both PC and mobile UI, making things more legible, tappable, clickable, and visually balanced for all players regardless of device. This work is ongoing, and we look forward to hearing your feedback. Perfect. You know, this is exactly the kind of stuff that we want to see, right? All right, here it is, the full patch notes. General update, new player experience, tutorials, yep, significant design pass, got that one. The janitor took off some time from a busy Dota update to sweep out more crashes. Awesome, when they fix bugs. Added many more 2-star and 3-star visual upgrades for heroes. Oh, that means we're gonna see some more cosmetics in the game. That's pretty hype, right? So let's see what's gonna be there. And improved queue times for parties. Cool. So the knockout game mode, new game mode available for bots. Choose from so how does the knockout game mode work? At the beginning of the game, choose from 3 starter crews of 5 heroes. 3 starter crews of 5 heroes. Okay. Drawn from 2 alliances. These 2 alliances will be completed to the first tier. Don't like your 3 choices, you get 1 reroll. That's awesome, right? So it's like some pre-made like comps, like 2 alliance comps that they give you, right? So you got 5 heroes, and within those 5 heroes, they will complete two alliances, right? And you get to choose from, you know, like let's say 3 different packs, right? And then if you don't like any of them, you get 1 free reroll. So it'll show you 3 more new packs with 5 heroes in each pack. And that's great, right? So you can just play off that depending on whatever you like. That's great design, I guess. Really looking forward to try that out. Players start at level 5 and automatically level up on even rounds. That's really cool. You just level up. There's like no need to use your gold. Players get to choose an item on odd rounds and on the starter crew round. Ooh, interesting. So every other round you get to choose items. So it's like a really, really fast game mode, right? So like instead of you getting items on round 5, 10, 15, 20, you just get them every other round. And you also level every other round. So the game speed is completely, completely insanely, it's like much faster. Much faster. So that's really cool. Only 2 of the same heroes are near to rank up. Only 1 Underlord talent is pickable, the ultimate. So it's making the game much easier for you as well. 4 strike losses and you're out. So if you lose 4 times, you're dead. Round pairs are made based on player health. Players with the same or similar health will be matched up when possible. So you won't fight someone who's like has 0 losses and you have like 3 losses. You're gonna fight someone who has at least like, let's say, near the amount of losses that you have. No interest on your bank and no extra gold from streaks. So whatever gold you have is what you get, and you better spend it if you get it. So you don't have to think about interest or streak golding. Average of 10-minute games. Pog. Super Pog. Alright, here we go. Finally. The hero changes. The first one is Earth Spirit, newly added Alliance Spirit Warrior. He's a warrior. Ooh, I like warriors. And he's a spirit. Okay, so Spirit Warrior, tier 3, ability Geomagnetic Grip. So this is one of his Dota 2 spells, right? Earth Spirit summons a stone remnant off the map and pulls it towards his current target. Enemies struck by the incoming stone remnant are silenced for 3 seconds and take 100, 150, 200 damage. That's like 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, right? And his ability, Earth Elemental passive, when Earth Spirit executes a Delta Slam, he silences affected enemies units for 3 seconds. So let's quickly demonstrate what the Earth Spirit looks like. There we go. And let's get a bear. So that's Earth Spirit. He's a warrior, and this is his spell. So he summons a rock from outside the battlefield. And he pulls it towards him, and it pretty much silences the unit for 3 seconds. So it's really cool. It's a very good utility spell. Silences in general are very powerful in Dota Underlords. They're obviously not as strong as stuns, but because they're not as strong as stuns, they tend to last longer. So 3 second silence is a pretty big deal. And since it's like it pulls it from the map, hopefully how the bot AI works is it'll try to hit as many units as it can wherever it comes from. So it might come from the corner of the map if they're all stacked up here, and try to silence as many units as it can. So he's a 3 cost Ember Spirit. So he's a Spirit Assassin. So this one is actually an assassin. Tier 2, Sleight of Fist. Ember Spirit dashes around with blazing speed, attacking all enemies within 2 to 3 cells, then returning to his start location. Attacks deal 100, 200, 300 bonus damage. So let's get some Ember Spirit in here. We'll get some, let's say, Crystal Maidens. I'll put some Crystal Maidens out here. He's an assassin, so he's gonna jump out every time. We'll make it 2 star Ember. Alright, so proceed to combat. He should jump into the back line, and then he's gonna use his Sleight of Fist, and it pretty much hit every single thing in there. So it's really cool. And one thing I would suggest you can probably play with this is either like Maelstrom or maybe Battle Fury. Maybe Battle Fury has a purpose now. Let's see. Let's actually put Battle Fury on this Ember just to see how good it might be. If this shit is really good or not. Okay, proceed to combat. Alright. Oh, that did a lot of damage. That definitely did a lot of damage. if they're all stacked up, if a bunch of units are stacked up, like against assassins, and you buy Battle Fury on your Ember, right? Because normally when you play assassins, everybody corners up, right? In the corner or something like this. And then if you have Battle Fury, maybe you can just cleave all of the opponent down. So there might be a reason to actually get Battle Fury now as an item, okay? So that's pretty cool. He's another assassin. Legion Commander ability, Elemental Charge passive. When Legion Commander executes a Delta Slam as part of the Spirit Alliance, she deals double damage. Oh, this is part of the Spirit Alliance effect, right? So they have the Spirit Alliance. So we'll check that out in a bit. So we'll look at the third. We'll look at the spirits first, and we'll go back to Snapfire. So Storm Spirit is a Spirit Mage. So we have a new mage now, tier 2. So easier to complete 6 mages again. Ability Bolt Lightning. Storm Spirit becomes volatile electricity, charging across the battlefield and dealing 70, 140, 300 damage to each unit he passes through, plus 10, 20, 40 damage per cell he has traveled. So the further he travels, the more damage he can do, huh? Okay, so let's find Storm Spirit. Okay, get you there. Right, let's see what his spell looks like here. So he'll zip up in there, and you know, it just does a little bit of AoE damage. It's not too much, but you know, he has a very low cooldown. It's just 4 seconds as a 2-star, and he becomes invulnerable, so he can kind of like just zip in and out of fights, kind of like Morphling, but with less cooldown and a little bit less damage as well. But definitely has a lot of potential to do a lot of damage. But if you add also Mage Alliance to this, he's gonna be really nice. So let's say we add like Crystal Maiden for ourselves, and we add like Elena, give him some humans, right? Now proceed to combat. Let's see, with the Mage Alliance, yeah, that does a pretty decent chunk of damage, like 400 damage roughly. Not bad. Okay, so that's the Mage Alliance, right? So let's see the Earth Spirit. So we'll do the Delta. Let's see the Delta spell. So these are the 3 alliance. These are the 3 spirits, right? A bunch of Crystal Maidens. Because who doesn't love smacking up a Crystal Maiden when she goes warding, right? So to combat. So we need, so pretty much for the alliance to work, you need all 3 of them to cast the spell first. So 1, 2, and then there's a 3rd one casting, and there we go. Now they go into the Delta mode, and so pretty much what happens is they go to 3 corners, and then anything within that triangle will get hit. So when a spirit casts an ability, they enter a charged state. When 3 spirits are in a charged state, they perform the forbidden technique of the triangular Delta Slam, each dealing 200 magic damage to all enemies caught inside and applying their elemental effect. So the elemental effect is for Storm Spirit, the Storm's elemental effect is it disarms the enemy for 3 seconds. Ember Spirit's elemental effect is sets them on fire for 3 seconds, and the Earth Spirit elemental effect is silencing the enemy for 3 seconds. Alright, then the last one is Void Spirit. He's a Spirit Warlock. That's very interesting. Warlock. He's an ace, and its ace effect is charged spirits deal 100% more attack damage. So what the moment that means, whenever any of these cast a spell and they become charged, they're doing way more damage. So probably Ember Spirit is the one that like is gonna be the craziest. Storm too. I mean, but it's attack damage. So probably the Ember Spirit is gonna do like a shit ton of attack damage. Void Spirit enters the Aether, disappearing and creating 3 portals. After 1.3 seconds, he exits one of the portals and deals 200, 300, 400 damage to enemies within 1 cell and reducing their armor by 1052. That's a lot of minus armor, by the way. A lot. So we're going to take a look at Void Spirit. Right, there we go. So we'll just put these guys up since he makes these portal things and see how it goes. All right. So here it is, that's his effect, and he comes out of one end over there, and anything within the one box radius, he kind of just stuns them up. So we'll try one more time. So it creates 3 portals, and he pops out of there. So he only does damage in the area that he pops out of. It doesn't look too impressive, but we'll see how it could be used. But the most important part about this spell is that it reduces the enemy armor by a lot, right? So his ace effect, charge spirits deal 100% more attack damage. So that's really, really big. So I'm gonna put all these together. Let's clump them up a bit. Let's get Ember in there and Storm Spirit in there. That gives us a Spirit Alliance. Let's proceed to combat. Wow, that was a lot of damage. That was definitely a lot of damage. And it looks like Storm did the most out of all of them. It's very interesting how the effect works. Okay. The Storm's actually 2 costs as well, right? Yeah, it is. So those are the 3 spirits, the 4 new spirits that were added into the game. So very cool. And then we obviously got our Snapfire, Dragon Inventor, tier 1. So actually tier 1's very cheap. You can get it from the start. Ability O, Scatter Blast. After 4 basic attacks, Snapfire readies a shotgun, blasting an enemy within 2 cells for 150 to 5350 damage in a cone 3 cells wide, and slows the attack of affected units by 15, 20, 25%. And then she has a Dragon Alliance. Mortimer spits 3, 4, 5 globs at enemies up to 5 cells away. Each glob deals 150, 250, 450 damage to all enemies within 1 cell of the impact and lights them on fire for 1 to 3 seconds. So let's get the Snapfire, see what it looks like. I'm gonna get rid of these guys. You guys can go too. We're gonna get Dragon Knight. Let's get a few Pudges in here. Let's get like Pudge. Who else? Yeah, let's get a few Pudges. Oh no, Tusk. Guess we'll just do a few Tusk instead. So get 3 Tusk in there. So let's see her attack range and how she casts her spell, right? So her first spell attacks every 4 seconds. 2, 3, 4, and there we go. And she does this Cone Blast AoE effect. That's really cool. And then when she gets enough mana, she casts this spell. So she just casts like globs of fire at the enemy. And that's really cool because it does a lot of damage. It actually does a lot of damage. So 2-star like Snapfire was, you know, it wasn't that far behind Dragon Knight. He was getting stunned up a lot, but that's pretty cool how much damage she's able to do, especially with the Dragon Alliance. Alright, so that's the 4 new heroes. Very cool. It seems like there's still a little bit more left in this update. It says Weaver is now a scrappy, elusive insect. So Weaver got buffed once more. He's got more tags to himself. Easier to complete the Scrappy Alliance with Weaver now, especially since before, if even one of the Scrappies was jailed, it was harder to complete the Scrappy Alliance. So Scrappy's got a significant buff with this Weaver, and you can probably play Weaver with like insects too, or Scrappies with insects even if you want to. Really cool. Item changes, Aegis of Immortal, disable the knockout, makes sense. You want to faster gameplay. Desperate Measures, disable the knockout, probably too OP. Embracement of Riches, disable the knockout. What's the point, right? So 3 items, remove the knockout mode. Alliance change, Champion. Fix the bug with champions not getting credit for all alliances. Fix the bug with champions not getting the increased health until partway through the fight. And lower the health and damage bonus % from 10 to 8. I think this nerf is it's like because of these bugs, right? So because of the bugs, Legion Commander was actually weaker than she should have been, but probably according to their stats and the win rate of Legion Commander, They felt like once they fixed the bugs, Legion Commander would have been too strong, so they just lowered the damage bonus percent to 8%. But I would assume that Legion is still just as strong as she was these past few days. So yeah, Spirit, 1 tier 3 Spirits to complete. So that's the triangular Delta Slam that we were just checking out. So yeah, really cool Outlanders patch. I'm really excited to go and play some of these new heroes, but the biggest thing that excites me is definitely knockout mode, because now there's a way that we can play a very fast queue and fast like game mode. Like if the average game is like 10 minutes long, like I'm happy to play like 30, like just for 30 minutes I can play like 3 games, right? So that's pretty cool. So if you guys are on your break and you don't have a lot of time, then you can just, you know, open up your Underlords on your phone and you can just play a quick game. So yeah, really cool, love it. Really excited. So let's go play some Underlords.